Good evening, everyone. We're ready to begin this evening's board meeting. Okay. Sergeant at Arms, has the front lobby been attended to? Yes. Thank you, Chief. We request that all electronic devices be turned off or put in silent mode. Also, please refrain from using flash photography except during the special presentations portion of the meeting. I'm pleased to welcome you to the May 6, 2025 School Board Action Meeting. The time is 6:01 p.m. and this meeting is hereby called to order. We'd like to take this opportunity to remind the members of the public the district's mission, which is to ensure that each student achieves his or her highest potential and the district's vision to be a world-class school system. Dr. Carlin is unavailable tonight. In her place, please welcome back Deputy Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Savage to the dais. Okay. On this evening's agenda includes invocation, presentation of colors and pledge of allegiance, acknowledgments, recognitions, public comment, consent action items, which include 2 items under board office, 3 items under executive services, 2 items under academic and student services, 4 items under school choice and administration, 6 items under human resources, 12 items under business services, 2 items under information systems, 28 items under facility operations, 3 items under safety, security, and fleet operations, 1 item under public hearing, and 4 items under good of the order, other business. Board members, is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I move to approve tonight's agenda.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Langford Fleming, second by Mr. Ribble. Please record your vote. We have a vote count. Motion carries 7-0. As is the custom of the board, Mr. Persons will lead us in the invocation, after which Mr. Ribble will introduce the cadet presenting the national colors for our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand, everyone.
Let us pray. We gather this evening with grateful hearts, recognizing the responsibility and privilege we share in shaping the lives of our students and our community. We ask for your wisdom and guidance as we discuss and make decisions that impact our schools, our staff, and most importantly, our children. Lord, we lift up our senior students as they prepare to graduate and step into the next chapter of their lives. Surround them with your protection as they celebrate their achievements and look toward the future. May their paths be marked with purpose, clarity, and courage. We ask for special protection over those seniors who have chosen to serve our country in the military. As they take on this noble calling, grant them strength, safety, and steadfast hearts. Watch over them in every challenge they face and bring them home safely. Bless this meeting with unity, insight, and a spirit of service. Let our decisions reflect our care, fairness, and hope for the future. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Introducing the cadet who is presenting the national colors for our Pledge of Allegiance tonight is Command Sergeant Major Michael Lewis, Senior Army Instructor at Gateway High School, JROTC. Command Sergeant Major Lewis served over 38 years in the Army in positions of greater responsibility while a member of the 1st Ranger Battalion, Army Special Forces, and Army Special Operations. While a member of those units, he deployed in Haiti, Bosnia, Kosovo, Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan. His final duty mission was at the Pentagon, reporting directly to the Secretary of Defense. This is Command Sergeant Major Lewis's 5th year as the JROTC instructor in the school district.
Thank you, Mr. Ribble. Presenting national colors tonight is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Reed Spicker. He's the battalion commander at Gateway Senior High School. Cadet Spicker is currently in his 3rd year at JROTC. While in JROTC, he's been very active in all aspects of the program. He's been captain of drill raider teams and also participated in the JROTC Leadership and Academic Bowl. Cadet Spicker volunteers for many JROTC events to include football game parking, toy and food drives, and school open houses. Cadet Spicker is an excellent student that currently has a GPA of 4.0. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Next up on the agenda, acknowledgements. Our character word for May is patience, which is the ability to wait calmly without complaining. The design displayed in the screen was created by Allie Camp, a 12th grade student at Estero High School. Great job. Okay. Now we're going to move into recognitions. Board members, please join me in the pit. Everyone, we obviously have a lot of recognitions tonight, so please bear with us, okay? Thank you. Joining me at the lectern tonight is Irma Lancaster, our Director of Strategic Communication. Ready, Ms. Lancaster? Okay, thank you. For the past 35 years, the Florida Prepaid College Board has managed the nation's largest and most successful prepaid tuition program. More than 1.2 million families have saved for college through the Florida Prepaid College Plans, helping over 626,000 students attend college. The school district of Lee County has proudly supported this initiative for several years by promoting the program to our students. As part of the partnership, the superintendent collaborates with Florida Prepaid to award scholarships to deserving Lee County students. Irma Lancaster also served on the internal selection committee that reviewed applications and recommended finalists to the superintendent. This year, 4 outstanding students have each been awarded an $8,000 scholarship from Florida Prepaid. All 4 students plan to pursue careers in education and return to teach in Lee County. When your name is called, please come up to receive your certificate and join the board members and superintendent in the pit for photos. Okay, ready? First one, we'll recognize, she's not in attendance tonight, but Brooke Burke from Fort Myers High School. Okay. Next is Alexia Del Toro from the Young Parent Education Program. Okay, next up is Jalen Matos from Young Parent Education Program. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Laura Luca from Lehigh Senior High School. Congratulations. Great job, everyone. I hope Dr. Savage has some contracts ready for the future.
Yes, yes.
2025 High School Voter Registration Challenge. Mr. Tommy Doyle, Lee County Supervisor of Elections, is unable to join us this evening. In his place, the school board and superintendent are pleased to welcome Mr. Juan Diaz, Director of Community Education Services, who will announce the winners of this year's High School Voter Registration Challenge. Huh? That's it, right? Yep. Here you go. Welcome. Thank you very much.
The annual high school and voter registration challenge aims to provide voter education and increase voter registration among Lee County's youth. 12 out of the 15 high schools invited by the Lee County Supervisor of Elections participated in the challenge. Team members from the Lee County Elections Office, Community Education Services Department register and pre-register 869 new voters ages 16 and older across all the participating schools. This year's challenge started on August 21st, 2024 and ended on February 27, 2025. We are thankful to the school's principals and teachers for opening their doors to our team members. Studies show that voters who cast their vote for the first time when they are eligible at age 18 are more likely to develop a lifelong voting habit. We are proud to help contribute to this positive action by promoting the importance of voting among our future voters. Now I would like to present the winners with their respective trophies, which they can keep and display in their awards window at their schools. In first place, we have North Fort Myers High School. They were able to get 213 registrations, which is 18% of their registered students. And we have Principal Deborah Diggs and Geography U.S. Government Honors Teacher Danielle Correa today representing. In second place, we have Mariner High School. They were able to get 150 registrations, which is 14% of the registered students. Dr. Thomas Michael is here, the principal, to receive the trophy. In the third place, we have Cypress Lake High School. They were able to get 90 registrations, which is 10% of the registered students. And representing Cypress Lake, we have Angela Rolls, the principal, and Stephanie Perkinson, social studies teacher.
Now, joining me at the lectern is Angela Nader, Director of Athletics and Activities. You all set?
I'm sitting here.
Okay. The School District of Lee County is proud to recognize the Lehigh Senior High School Unified Cornhole Team on their Special Olympics Unified Cornhole State Championship. This year's competition was held in Ocala, Florida, March 29th and 30th, 2025. Lehigh Unified Cornhole beat Hudson High School 23-11 and Tavares High School 24-16 to secure the first place finish. When your name is called, please come up and receive your certificate and join the board members and superintendent in the pit for photos. Yasser Carbon. Laura Lucha. The school board and superintendent are proud to recognize these athletes, along with their coach, Michelle Smith, for the commitment, determination, and hard work that led to this outstanding accomplishment.
Good evening, everyone. Joining me at the lectern tonight is Danielle Knapp, Coordinator Teaching and Learning. Oh, hi. The 70th Annual State Science and Engineering Fair of Florida was held in Lakeland, Florida, from March 25th through the 27th, 2025. Among the students from Southwest Florida that participated, the following students from the Lee County School District received high honors. When your name is called, please come up to receive your certificate and join the board members and the superintendent in the pit for photos. Cape Coral High School, Mason Huffman received Florida State Science and Engineering Fair Recognition Award, St. John's Regional STEM Fair Awards for Outstanding Senior Project, Florida Polytechnic University Provost Scholarship Award, and National Youth Science Camp Award for their project title, Derivation of Wave Equation for Piano Strings and Development of Alternative Tuning Systems for Piano to Minimize Dissonance in octave and the fifth intervals. Whew. Lord. Where's he at? Is Mason here? No? Okay, well, congratulations, Mason. Okay, this one is very familiar. Dunbar High School, Lashini Fernando received second place in her category NSA Biological Sciences Senior Certificate for Outstanding Achievement in Ability, Creativity, and Intro Biology for their project title, Comprehension Evaluation of the Anti-Cancer, Wound Healing, Bioelectricity, Levicidal, and biofilm inhibition, properties of 6 native plant species, innovation for novel drug discovery. Where is she? How are you, sweetie? Are you doing good? Cypress Lake Middle, Elisa Liu received second place in her category for the project title Green Hydrogen from Seawater and Solar Energy. Elisa. Congratulations, sweetheart. Just go over there. Fort Myers High School, Tanish Medhar, and I apologize if I say your name wrong, and Gabriel Citron received second place in their category for their project title, Optimizing Random Forest Algorithm for Autism Prediction, Enhancing Diagnostic Accuracy Through Machine Learning. Wow, these kids are amazing. Congratulations. The board members and the superintendent are pleased to recognize and congratulate Mason, Nashini, Alicia, Tanish, and Gabriel for their truly world-class STEM accomplishments, and thank these students for representing the school district of Lee County so well in the state academic competition. Thank you.
Joining me at the lectern tonight is Dr. Jason Tomasesi.
That's close enough.
That's close enough. Okay. I apologize in advance for some of these names. I'm going to perfectly get right, I'm sure. Each year, the Florida Junior Thespians Organization holds statewide individual events and one-act competitions for middle school theater students. This year, Lee County Junior Thespian students competed at the state level in events such as technical costume design, solo musical numbers, duet acting, improvisation, and ensemble acting. The students we recognize tonight received the highest rating of superior at this competition. We are thrilled to honor the following junior thespians. When your name is called, please come up and receive your certificate and join the board members and superintendent in the pit for your photos. Gulf Middle School could not make it this evening as they have their dress rehearsal for Peter Pan Jr. debuting later this week. The Gulf Middle School students, though, we will read their names. The teacher is Julie Solomon, principal is Wes Moreland, and the students are Charlie Geis, Lily Medina, Maylee Stevens, Zoe Fager, Allison Nitu, Chase Lawton, Alice Barnes, and Lizzie Vita. So we have a round of applause. Now comes the real test. North Fort Myers Academy of the Arts. We'll start with the students. Fiona Mullen. Ashley Otero Miranda. Michelle Arias. Jasmine Baker. Annabelle Beltry. Mariah Briggs, Camila Carvalho, Talisha Carter, Sarah Collins, Tristan Cordell, Maria Diago, Joanalis, how should I say that? Diaz, Layla Evers, Emma Garcia, Loslyn Garcia Carrasco, Lily Gillis, Ulysses Gonzalez, Kinsley Green, Olivia Johnson, Aiden Maxfeld, Jack Maxwell, Lanaya Malintry, Harper Miller, Sidoni Mitchell, Zoe Molina, Sophia Morales, Emily Moredo Diaz, Ava Nightingale, Jane Peck, Reese Raniero. Stratton Reed. Madeline Scarlisi. Emily Skakik. Shannon Walker. Peyton Williams. And Sophia Walford. Additionally, Fiona Bolin also earned Best in Room in the costume design category. They'll be joined by their teacher, Julie Salomon.
No, Kathy Rivadeneira.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong one. Kathy Rivadeneira and Principal Andy Miller.
You're going to stay up here with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nav's with her? You don't know?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Nav's like- All right, joining us again at the lectern tonight is Dr. Jason Tomaszewski. The Florida Federation of Color Guard Circuit, FFCC, provides a competitive outlet for color guard, indoor marching percussion, concert percussion teams, and winds during the winter season. These contests follow the rules and criteria of the Winter Guard International, WGI, and are judged by both local and national judges trained to use WGI's adjunction standards. The focus of the FFCC is on educationally centered judging, consistent and standardized experiences, and building a strong community within the marching arts. This year, the North Fort Myers Indoor Guard earned first place in the Region A class at FFCC Championship in Daytona Beach, Florida, with their performance of the show, A Little Party. The group is under the direction of Michael Flores Perez, Dr. Ben Daniels, Lindsay Rowski, Lacey Overbaugh, and Nina Korsak. We are excited to recognize the following outstanding students from this championship level ensemble. When your name is called, please come forward to receive the certificate and join the board members and superintendents for photos in the pit. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize ahead of time. Alexandra Goodell. Camden Navziger. Was I close? Was I close? Daphne Welcher. Jessica Carlson. Jayla Overton. Josani Tejeda. Kaylee Darrington. Katie McNabb. Lily Seneca. Madison Martinez. Marie Darby. Sadie Redden. Sephora Jean-Pierre. Trishan Darby. Wooden Jacques, Lily Asling, Nella Corsack, and Daisy Alfonso. Congratulations again to the North Fort Myers Indoor Color Guard. The school board and superintendent are proud to recognize these students for their outstanding achievement.
They didn't announce one of the color guard girls.
Joining me at the lectern tonight is Danielle Knapp, Coordinator, Teaching and Learning. The Sunshine State Scholars Recognition Program for high school students began in 1977 to recognize excellence in mathematics and science. It has since evolved into a program designed to recognize Florida's top high school science, technology, engineering, and math STEM students and recruit them to pursue their post-secondary education in Florida. Throughout September and October each year, every school district selects their top STEM 11th grade students based on established criteria. Recently, the Lee County School District was pleased to announce that Dunbar High School students Nishini Fernando, Ditya Gugini, North Fort Myers High School student Justin Wang, and Fort Myers High School student Victoria Bush at this year's Lee County Sunshine State Scholars and Alternate. In May, our Lee County Sunshine State Scholars, along with their parents, traveled to Orlando for a 2-day program. There, they received recognition for their achievements, talked with STEM industry leaders about careers and internships, and met with representatives from Florida colleges and universities to learn about programs of study and available scholarships. When your name is called, please come up to receive your certificate and join the board members and the superintendent in the pit for photos. Tonight, we recognize the following high school students. Nishini Fernando, Scholar, from Dunbar High School. I'm like, I know she's here. Justin Wang, Scholar, from North Fort Myers High School. Ditya Gonanani, Scholar, from Dunbar High School. And Victoria Bush, Alternate, from Fort Myers High School. The school board and superintendent are pleased to recognize Nishini, Justin, Ditya, and Victoria as this year's Lee County Sunshine State Scholars and Alternate. We are proud of the accomplishments of these students and wish them the best in all of their future endeavors.
Joining me at the lectern tonight is retired Colonel Robinson, Director of Army Instruction. Okay. The school district of Lee County is proud to recognize the Mariner High School marksmanship team, coached by Major Brian Williams and Mary Beth Williams. Mariners team has won 2 back-to-back national matches, the Junior Air Rifle Championship at Camp Perry, Ohio, and the American Legion National Championship. Mariner has also won his 3rd consecutive American Legion Florida State Championship. Above and beyond the competition results is the character and the quality of the cadet athletes making up the team. Over the past 6 years, Mariners marksmanship cadets have maintained a 3.5 grade point average, a 97% school attendance, and a 0 disciplinary referrals. Of last 5 years graduating seniors, 3 earned ROTC scholarships and competitive shooting scholarships, the first to earn shooting scholarships in Lee County history. Of this year's 4 seniors, 1 is enlisted in the Army as intelligence analyst, 1 is accepted in the prestigious Culinary Institute of America with an $80,000 scholarship. 1 plans to attend the Citadel at an ROTC scholarship, and 1 received the FSW Workforce Initiative Scholarship and an internship with the School District of Lee County's IT office. When your name is called, please come up to receive your certificate and join the board members and Superintendent Pitt for photos. First up, Tyler Denard. Next up, Alyssa Vasquez. Okay. Next up, Zoe Enslin. Okay. Next up, Malia Lowe. Okay. Next up, Jacoby Chang-A-Si. The school board and superintendent are pleased to recognize these students along with their coaches for their commitment, determination, and hard work that led to this outstanding accomplishment.
Joining us again at the lectern tonight is retired Colonel Robinson, Director of Army Instruction. Bonita Springs, Cypress Lake, East Lee County, and Mariner High School completed the JROTC program accreditation for the 2024 and 25 school year. All units scored between 95 and 100%, earning the highest level honor unit with distinction. The accreditation score was based off of the following criteria. Service learning brief. Cadets were required to select a service learning project to discuss and plan and implement. They then presented their artifacts, process, and data outcomes in a formal presentation. Continuous improvement brief. Cadets were required to select an area of their program in which they believed needed improvement, discuss, plan, and implement then formally presented their artifacts, process, progress, and strategies moving forward for continued improvement. Selected cadets from each level underwent a portfolio inspection on lesson content throughout the school year. Each instructor also underwent a portfolio inspection. Evaluated platoon drill routine performed by the JROTC drill team. When your name is called, please come up to receive your certificate and join the board members and superintendent in the pit for photos. From Bonita Springs High School, Colonel Adams Lewis and Cadet Davin Broadman. From East Lee High School, Lieutenant Colonel William Heck and Cadet Command Sergeant Major Alan Redfield.
Congratulations.
From Mariner High School, Major Brian Williams and Cadet Colonel Jacoby Changacy. From Cypress Lake High School, Command Sergeant Major Sergio Ortega and Cadet Karina Santiago. The board members and the superintendent are pleased to recognize and congratulate these schools for their accomplishment and extend their thanks to the JRTC cadets and instructors for representing the school district of Lee County so proudly in this national accreditation program. Congratulations.
Joining us once again at the lectern tonight is retired Colonel Robinson, Director of Army Instruction. Oh, he's right here already. Okay, good. Cypress Lake High School's JROTC drone team, coached by Command Sergeant Major Sergio Ortega, completed at the 2025 All-Service Drone National Competition held April 4th to the 6th at Batesville Civic Center in Batesville, Mississippi. This prestigious event brought together over 100 teams from across the nation, including competitors from America Samoa. Team 2349A from Cypress Lake High School earned the first place in the Gold Division and an impressive second place overall in the Teamwork Mission Challenge, showcasing exceptional technical skill, collaboration, and strategic planning. The remarkable performance reflects the dedication and talent of our students, as well as the guidance and leadership of their instructors. When your name is called, please come up and receive your certification and join the board members and superintendent in the pit for photos. Cadet Captain Andres Ruiz. Cadet Master Sergeant Elises Vargas. Is she here?
Cadet Costa.
Cadet First Sergeant Shastel Chasta. Converse. The school board and superintendent are pleased to recognize these students, along with their coaches, on an outstanding accomplishment.
Congratulations, everyone. That was amazing. Parents and community members, I want you to spread the news of all the awards tonight because this is what this school district is about. If you all, as I said, I'm going to take a break for a moment to let the boardroom clear a little bit. Thank you, everyone. Great job. We're going to get ready to resume in a moment. We all ready to resume? Everyone good? Okay. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Before we go into public comment, I just want to make a general statement on behalf of the board and the district. As a point of clarity, we are bargaining at this time and understand the importance of our legal and ethical obligations to maintain the integrity of this process. We will not be responding to or discussing any items that may be discussed as part of the bargaining process. Thank you. Attorney Debris Bruno, please address the item of public comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening. School board policy provides the opportunity at this point in the meeting to address the board concerning any matter on this meeting's agenda or any other matter relevant to the operation of the school district. Please complete a public comment card and put it in the basket provided. If you need a public comment card, they are provided by our staff. The rules concerning public comment are posted in the back, and public comment will be made from the podium in the front center aisle, and you can move it up and down by pressing the button. Please be advised that the board will not respond during public comment to remarks made by speakers. The purpose of public comment is to provide feedback on district issues such as duties, responsibilities, decisions, and the general operation of the school district. The school board is viewpoint neutral during public comment. We ask that decorum be kept and respect be shown, which is what is expected when a government agency conducts official business. Therefore, abusive language defined as swearing, use of profanity, or name-calling is prohibited. In addition, clapping, hissing, booing, or a display of temper during public comment is prohibited. Speakers who fail to follow proper decorum in chambers will be ruled out of order by the board chair or the board attorney. Any speaker continuing with such remarks will be required to relinquish the microphone per Board Policy 0169.1 and may be removed from the chambers by the sergeant at arms. Per Board Policy 0169.1, the time per speaker is 3 minutes if there are 20, 2 minutes if there are 30, and 1 minute if there are 31 speakers or more. The maximum time allotted for public comment is 1 hour, 60 speakers. You will find a countdown on the big screens in the front of the room. Once your time has elapsed, the microphone will automatically shut off. Please state your name when you approach the microphone. I will call your names 5 speakers at a time. Please follow staff's direction when lining up. Mr. Chairman, there are 35 speakers that would like to address the board this evening, 1 minute per speaker.
Thank you, Attorney DeBrie-Bruno. Thank you, Attorney DeBrie-Bruno. Please ensure you've completed a public comment card to provide public comment. The card is a public record identifying those who speak and providing contact information to staff for follow-up. The cards are located with staff in the hallway. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address the board but did not fill out a public comment card? Please raise your hand. Okay, I am seeing none at this point. Attorney DeBrie-Bruno, please proceed with public comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Will the following individuals please line up? Susan Delago, Christina Shudersky, Benjamin Anderson, Linda Daniels, Pastor Frank Jones.
Good evening. My name is Susan Delago, and I'm happily here to celebrate my 25 years in the Lee County School District. It's been stretched over 32 years as I took time off to stay with my children, so it really should be 32, but that's beside the point. I agree that the district needs to make some changes to operations in order to promote the best possible outcomes for our students. That's why we're here. I agree that students in our county need more instructional time. It will make it easier to make up hurricane days and will increase student performance. However, adding minutes to our contract school day is adding work for teachers. In any other profession, there would be no question that an increase in work time would result in an increase in pay. Why should teachers be different? Is it because we love what we do? So if a plumber loves what he does, he should work time for free? I agree we need to attract new teachers and retain quality teachers.
Thank you for your comments. Your time is up, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Christina Chudersky, a Lee County teacher of 23 years and a parent of 2 children in our public schools. In the district's recent proposal, the midpoint salary listed is $73,000 and change. After more than 2 decades in the classroom, my base salary is still $4,600 below that, and I am being offered a 3% cost of living adjustment. Meanwhile, my daughter has gone to school all year with a Kelly sub instead of an ESE teacher. Her reading ESE teacher has been out since February. I'm incredibly thankful for her principal, who personally stepped in to provide services, but that's not a sustainable solution. These are our most vulnerable students, and we're not staffing to meet their needs. And now you want teachers to work 9 extra minutes a day for free, despite over-budgeting salaries by $38 million a year on average for the last decade? Let me be clear, we will not be pitted against each other. Teachers are united in demanding fairness. Respect our work, fund our schools, pay us fairly. Thank you.
For your comments.
Hi, my name is Ben Anderson. I'm a teacher in Lee County School District, and I'm a parent of a second grade student. Really, the thing that comes to my mind is a conversation that I had with Mr. Persons about 3 years ago. I don't know if you remember, but we met on the beach after the Golden Apple Collegium, and we had a great talk about little horses and a student of mine who's a relative of yours. I hope she's doing great. She's a terrific student, as all of the students here today are. And I wonder what would happen if I wasn't there. If we can't retain teachers, we won't be. Please listen to the teachers when they tell you what we need to retain teachers.
Thank you for your comments, sir.
Will the following individuals please line up? Savannah Goslin, Charlotte Bremner, Sherry Sparks, Kiara Marie Saldana, Mark Bahakanan.
My name is Linda Daniels. I'm from the Alva area. I'm here to speak about the school pickup parking. For the last 30 years, my church, the Alva Church of God, has allowed the middle school and elementary to line up on our property. It has destroyed our parking area. It has destroyed the outskirts of our parking. I realize now, today, that you are trying to make a new entry, but that doesn't take into consideration the fact that our parking has been destroyed. What if they were using your private property? What if they were using your church property and destroying it? Would you want it destroyed? We have graciously, for 30 years, allowed this. We have put up with unkind words from parents, trash being thrown out. We have had lawn services quit us because of the ruts and the property. When we talk to the school board, it's not their problem, it's not their property. When we talk to the sheriff's department about it.
Thank you for your comments. Your time is up, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Pastor Frank Jones from the same church, and what she was saying is it was the sheriff's office says it's their problem, y'all's problem, and they say it's their problem. I'm here to show you my handicap situation right here. I got a minute, so there it is. Water stands in there. I can't use my handicap. Mr. Person, we had a conversation there with Stacia Winfrey. You promised to me that you were going to make good and make us whole. You promised, and I want you to keep your word. It's like I keep my word every day. I keep my word. You need to make good on your promises. I can't have funerals. I can't have anything going on. I know I got a minute, but I'm trying. I'm going to tell you tonight, y'all need to fix our property. It wasn't us who did it. It was the parents of your students. Y'all caused the problem from inadequate ways of having school because 600 kids is there. Now you got 12. What are we going to do about that? Somebody needs to fix it. And it's not.
Thank you for your comments, sir. Your time is up.
Good evening. My name's Sherry. I'm here hopefully with a solution to the problem that I'm proposing. I have two children in the school right now, young kids. I'm going to talk really fast, try and get it out. They seem to be assigned as letter carriers, which they're adorable but unreliable and inconsistent. What I am advocating for is a very basic issue that I see. We are receiving communications in paper form coming home, and as I talk with other parents while I'm volunteering at schools, it's not a me issue. It's they're constantly saying this crumpled up piece of paper in the bottom. We don't know to be looking, and we find it in the bottom, or it's something really critical like testing results, things like that, and they're coming home in a paper form. And my solution is, I understand the reasoning behind that is because of our demographic and internet access. So can't we do both? We already have an existing infrastructure for email. Can we also do both? So we know to look for it, and we're also making sure we receive it. My 7-year-old uses the Google tablet. Let's use it also. Let's utilize our technology available. Thank you.
Hello, I am Charlotte Bremner.
I am
I'm Savannah Goslin. Good evening. We are here today to talk about how Ida Baker High School does not have mirrors inside the girls' bathrooms. 3 years ago, our school took down all the mirrors in the girls' bathroom. Why? Because the administration deemed the mirrors as a distraction to the student body, causing girls to take extra time. However, they left the mirrors up in the handicap stall. This causes even more of a long period of time out of class for the girls who wait for that one mirror, just to take a quick look to make sure that they look presentable. Having all mirrors back would fix this.
Furthermore, the school never took down the mirrors in the boys' bathroom because they're not a distraction to them. Better yet, how did the school decide that? Boys are gone just as long as girls, if not longer, but for some reason they still have their mirrors. Boys are very similar to girls in the aspect of making sure they're presentable. If boys can have their mirrors in the bathroom, so should girls. As well as most schools in our district have mirrors in the girls' bathrooms. This creates injustice to those girls who attend Ida Baker High School. I hope our speech has made a consideration and make a change to a fate of our mirrors. Thank you.
Will the following individuals please line up? Lisa Taylor, John Koss, Patrick Vaness, Anthony Call, Charla Fox.
Good evening. My name is Kiara Saldana, and I'm a sophomore at Ida Baker High School, and I have concerns regarding the time changes for next school year. First of all, having teenagers waking up earlier is not ideal for our health due to the lack of sleep and fatigue. Longer days could lead to tiredness, impacting concentration and overall well-being. It also causes a safety issue because leaving school early is much darker out. In addition, teachers, parents, and students should have been advised about this at least 1 year prior to the effect date. We were not given the adequate time for this coming change. Since we'll be leaving school 30 minutes later, parents may have to adjust their work schedules. This could affect the times that kids get picked up from school. This could also affect the quality time with our friends and families. This may affect students' extracurricular after-school activities and multi-sport athletes getting to other sports on time if they are also doing school sports. This will also cut down time for students to do their homework and/or studies. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mark Babahanov, and I also go to Ida Baker High School. I want to start off by saying, to me, music is life. Music is a way to express yourself like words can't. Just this Sunday, I had a new experience, something very eventful, and I couldn't help but sit down and write a song about it. I'm not going to sing, but I say this to say that I'm part of the music program at my school. I'm part of the wind ensemble, the jazz band, and I'm captain for the marching band. In the past 2 years, the music program at Ida Baker has improved drastically, and I would like to give all credit to my band director, Julian Grubb. Mr. Grubb took over the band in Baker in 2023, and if you go ask any of the kids in band, I'm confident they will all agree that Mr. Grubb has been a blessing and improvement to the program after the previous director. I believe it is important to continue to allow students in Lee County to have the opportunity to choose any art they desire across every school. Even more so, I believe that it is important to chase your desire at any age, anywhere, whatever it may be. I want to say thank you to Mr. Grubb for being such a great teacher and leader, and thank you to my principal, Ms. Culver, for choosing someone to be so amazing on the administration.
Hello, my name is Lisa Taylor, and I'm a teacher here. I'm in my 17th year. And I decided to come speak to you. I've been going to bargaining as a member of TALC, and this is with no disrespect, but I think it was last Monday, and the chief, I think she's the chief financial officer, in an example in the bargaining, said, as an example, a 10-year teacher, and she used this as an example, making $65,000. And honestly, we all chuckled because 10-year teachers don't make $65,000. And with that, you know, I just felt like maybe you guys may not understand how poorly teachers are paid. And so I just challenge you all to do a scatter plot. I'm a science teacher. So to do a scatter plot of teacher salary, 2-year service, and take a hard look at the facts of what's going on with teacher pay to make it right.
Thank you for your comments, ma'am. Your time is up.
Hi, John Koss. John Koss, FMB parent.
We reached an ILA with you guys a couple years ago, and I know we have some different members on here right now, but, you know, at the end of that, the basic thought was that there was no way really to predict what was going to happen on Fort Myers Beach. Demographer, a study, wasn't really going to predict what was going to happen there. But all the council members felt strongly that we deserved a real chance to have a school there. I believe they all verbalized it. What have we done with that chance? We raised our enrollment 40% in the 6 months that our school was open. Your district worked hard to where we reduced our staff cost, our salary costs, by another 40%. Yet all the messaging that comes out keeps telling us that our cost per student is going up. It's a mathematic impossibility. The situation that we're in now is real tough, and we're just being told we have another study coming on, and somehow that's going to have a big weight on what happens. We went through this last year. We deserve a chance. We were making.
Thank you for your comments, sir. Your time is up.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Vanass. I'm a Fort Myers Beach resident. I'm here with John. I'm one of the parents that fought very hard for that beach to reopen. I wish I had a little more time. There's plenty that I'd like to discuss with you, but I intend on following up with each of you individually. I'm here because I'm concerned that the district has hired a consultant to assess the viability of that school. I'm here to let you know what your staff is doing. Please look into it. I truly believe that we have a legal agreement in place that puts commitments on us as a town and also on the district. And I believe that the issue of the viability of the school and the school being open was already addressed. So please keep that in mind. Love to discuss it in more detail.
Will the following individuals please line up? Latanya Starks, Michael Borbina, Jocelyn Carboledo, Marisol Santiago, Adrian Rodriguez.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Call. Good evening. I'm sorry. I wanted to, on my card, I put the bullying of what we're getting at the job. There's 4 words that we hear every day. Management has the right to manage. Okay, show me how you're managing. Everybody on this board had kids on the school bus. You know their safety was with their school bus driver. If their school bus driver's not there, they're not safe because that driver doesn't know who they are, who can pick them up, or what they can do. This year has been totally crazy. I haven't done my full route since the beginning of the year. I know my kids sporadically, thank goodness, but if I get on another bus, I don't know those kids. I don't know if a parent's allowed to pick them up or not allowed to pick them up. So all I can say is our executive director sitting back there in the back, you need to ask him how we're going to make our kids safe on the school bus. Because if there's a fight or anything, I don't know these kids. I don't know where they sit, and I don't know how they sit. So somebody needs to figure this out before somebody gets hurt or somebody gets killed.
Time is up. Thank you.
Charla Fox. I am a teacher in the school district, 24 years. I had a 15-year hiatus in the middle of it as an educational software because I could not afford to stay teaching and actually make a living. I'm here to ask your support in meeting one of the superintendent's top priorities. Now, I'm paraphrasing, and that was making our salaries competitive. If we want to be a world-class school system, you have to be willing to invest in our people and to create an atmosphere where your teachers and staff can afford to stay and to become the exceptional educators that we have here. We are all looking forward to being that, but without sacrificing ourselves and our families. We've got too many people working second and third jobs in order to be able to be teachers. I am asking you to be brave, and I am asking you to work at finding the funding.
Thank you for your comments, ma'am. Your time is up.
Should I just go ahead and get started? I don't see the time. I don't want to be greedy and take more time. Good evening. I'm Latanya Starks, a proud educator and a member of TALC. Since Friday night, you've probably received around 836 emails from educators, parents, and community members, all of whom are demanding better for Lee County teachers, demanding better pay for Lee County teachers. We're not asking for handouts. We are asking for respect in the form of fair pay. The current proposal has teachers being pitted against each other while wages remain compressed and morale will drop. As a district, you've over budgeted by nearly $38 million a year for salaries. Over that last decade, actually. And that money belongs in our classrooms and not on paper. We are in an affordability crisis. Rent has more than tripled, while our pay hasn't even nearly doubled in the last 20 years. It's time to stop managing us and start standing with us. Fund real raises, respect to your educators.
Thank you for your comments, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Michael Borbina, parent, teacher, building rep for TALC. A week ago, I went back to Regal to sign up to work for the summer. My wife and my kid are going to be in Mexico, visit my wife's family, and I'll be here working because I can't make it where I'm at. I've done the blood plasma. I'm one of those people that are up there around 150 times to have enough to pay the gas, to get coffee, to keep coming back and keep teaching. I've been talking to people that have left, people that are thinking of leaving. They don't like it that their kids are going into classes where they don't have a teacher, with 200 of them out there. My little solution I have is to pay, 10 grand to the people that are going to do 7 out of 7. Maybe you'll have everybody doing 7 out of 7. You won't have any of these people in the class that aren't teachers. Also, a shout out to Mrs. Moore and Mrs. Stiglich. Those are my daughter's 2 teachers she's had at Bayshore.
Thank you for your comments, sir. Your time is up.
Good evening. My name is Jocelyn Carboletto. I'm an 8th grader at Diplomat Middle School. I've come to talk about certain concerns about the termination of Latinos in Action. As a kid that came from Cuba and was never a talkative person, and I was in the back of class, I became an energetic, inclusive kid when I entered Latinos in Action. Latinos in Action is not only learning about our own culture, it's also learning about better relationships with each other and better leadership skills. Not only did Latinos in Action have a sudden stop, so did the class I learned about America, which is dedicated to Latinos to learn about their culture, leadership skills, and so much more. On April 10th, sadly, all my hard work was taken away from me. My compassion, my conference, everything was taken away from me. Not only were these 2 classes inclusive, they were never exclusive. As a student that has ADHD, it made me have a better responsibility to create better responsibilities to keep on task of everything. On top of that, it has decreased bad behavior in so many ways. I hope y'all could reconsider this decision. Thank you.
Will the following individuals please line up? Alice Fernandez, Jocelyn Garcia, Samantha Garcia, Kenzie Viquez, Catherine Diaz.
Good afternoon. My name is Marisol Santiago, and I'm an 8th grader at Diplomat Middle School. As a former vice president of Latinos in Action, I've seen how LIA transforms lives, building leadership, identity, and a stronger sense of community. Ethnicity is about shared culture and heritage, not physical traits. And LIA brought students together to celebrate those differences. Replacing it with parts of an ESL curriculum strips away the unique support and cultural connections many of us rely on. This program isn't just a class, it's a home. A new club can't replace its history, trust, and belonging. LIA has built. I urge the school district to reconsider this decision and restore a space where students feel seen, valued, and inspired to lead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening. My name is Adrian Rodriguez, and I attend Ida Baker High School. I wanted to address you about the time change coming next year. I don't think it's very fair that we did not have any warning for at least a long period of time to adjust to these changes. Many parents and students who work jobs don't have enough time to shift their schedules to address these changes. Many students who have sports have to get home on a bus, car, bike. They have to adjust to these changes, even students who wake up early. I don't think it's fair. And teachers on contract hours, they don't have any planning time now that the school is being extended by 30 minutes. They normally had that extra 30 minutes to plan.
My name is Alice Fernandez, and I'm here to talk about the removal of Latinos in Action in Island America and Lee County. I believe that these clubs created a safer and more inclusive environment in schools because it showed their support for them, as the removal shows the contrary. To include, you must exclude. This situation has proven that. To have a class for ESE students to feel safe, you must exclude non-ESE students to do that. To have a gifted class for students with advanced abilities, you have to exclude those who don't meet the requirements, just like National Honor Society, sports, clubs, and even classes. Is exclusion a bad thing? No, as they help organize and choose students that would substantially benefit and help create a strong impact. But still, the question lies, why is there Latinos in action and not a whites in action? Well, think about it. Who's the president of the United States? A white middle-aged man. And for the past 236 years, only one president was something other than that, and he was Native American. That doesn't even add the fact of how less than 100 years ago, Latinos and Hispanics just got the right to vote. Who decided that they couldn't vote before? I think you understand what I'm applying. After all I've truly said, it seems like whites have been in action. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jocelyn Garcia, and I'm an 8th grader at Diplomat Middle School. I'm here to speak out against the removal of Latinos in Action, a program that gave me a sense of belonging, pride in my culture, and the courage to be a leader. Ethnicity is about shared culture and identity, not race. LI did not divide us by race, it united us through service, leadership, and heritage. A year ago, I was shy and isolated. Today, I'm confident enough to speak before you. On April 10th, our voices were silenced when the program was taken away. This class was our safe space, our new home. Latinos had one thing to themselves where they could be themselves and feel welcome. We've started a petition with over 200 signatures to bring LIA back. Please hear our voices and take our message to heart. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Samantha Garcia, and I'm here to talk about the removal of LIA. So LIA to me, it wasn't exclusive, it was actually inclusive, because no matter what, we were always doing things as a family, and it helped me understand better my culture, especially when we do community services. Even if we just change the name, it doesn't matter, because we did it as a family and as a class, and it meant more to me than it ever did. Most classes of mine usually exclude me because of my race. But in LIA, they made me feel more inclusive because I was with my family more than I was with other people. So if you can please hear me out, if you guys can bring it back, I would be most ever grateful. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Will the following individuals please line up? Leanna Duque, Tara Jenner, Harold Camijo, Valeria Garcia, Ernier Silverio.
Good evening. My name is Kenzie Vickers, and I am a Vice President of Latinos in Action at Diplomat Middle School. I'm here to talk about Latinos in Action and how it changed everyone's life in a positive way. Latinos in Action is a program that isn't about exclusion but inclusion. The program didn't divide us. It brought us together. It gave Latino students a voice, a place where they belonged, an opportunity to learn about their culture and the cultures of others, and an opportunity to serve back to their community. Calling LI racist or discriminatory is simply just a misunderstanding. In Latinos in Action, we welcome all students. Our program teaches leadership, respect, and cultural pride. We don't exclude students. On April 10th, we were told that LI had been removed. We were also sad and angry because of the fact something so important and life-changing was taken away. It silenced voices that finally felt heard, and that hurt so much. We need programs that uplift and unite us, not erase and divide everyone. Let's bring Latinos in Action back. LI is...
Thank you for your comments, ma'am.
My name is Catherine Diaz, and I was proud to serve as Vice President of the Latinos in Action class at Diplomat Middle School. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to hear the voices of your community on the important issues facing our schools and county today. If the belief is that any organization, club, or class centered around the Latino community or any ethnic group that is not white is automatically exclusive, then we must recognize that this belief is, in itself, a form of exclusivity. It assumes that expressing identity and culture is a threat rather than a strength. Latinos in Action is the opposite of an exclusionary club. It welcomes students of all backgrounds, Latino, white, Black, Asian, and more. In fact, it thrives on diversity. We do not shut people out, we invite them in. What makes LI different from any other club is that it doesn't just focus on hobbies or academics. It focuses on identity, leadership, and unity. It gives students a reason to be proud of who they are while encouraging them to uplift others in the process.
Thank you for your comments.
Good evening. I'm Liana Duque, an 8th grader at Diplomat Middle School and a vice president of the former Latinos in Action. I'm here on behalf of the discontinuation of LI. The main issue in respect when talking about Latinos in Action's cancellation is exclusion. However, the program's organization could not be more far from that. Latinos in Action can provide a safe space for students from Hispanic and foreign countries struggling to fit into expectations set into place by American society. Children in the U.S. from so-called American descent don't have the need to fixate themselves to feel included. Other groups of people who may not be somewhat socially accepted have clubs and programs that give them a home. Hispanics had one themselves but had it taken away because it was supposedly exclusive. But at a certain level, isn't exclusion a part of society? We all can't get into every club, every school, every class, and every job. And being new to a country where you don't know the language can make this even harder. In LI, we had a club that formed not just a class, but a community. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm a 6th grader at Diplomat Middle. I'm here to present you a poem that I made about the LIA removal. Latino people don't get treated fairly, and still we work hard daily. The walls we face in a concrete dream reflect the injustice, it would seem. We are told to fit, to blend, to hide, but our heritage cannot divide. Our voices rise, a symphony of hope and strength for you and me, to break the chains and set us free, and claim the right for you and me. Just because we're different, you and me, there is no right to be treated awfully. So listen carefully as we speak, cause later on you will retreat. Deep inside, you know we're right. We will keep fighting for our rights. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Harold Cameo. I'm here to address the issue regarding the unexpected cancellation of Latinos in Action on the morning of April 10th. LIA is more than just an elective. It empowers Latino students to lead, serve, and communicate. This class gave students like me a voice, a chance to connect with our culture, and opportunities to become leaders. Taking LIA away took most of that away as well. That's why I believe the District of Lee County should reconsider the decision, because Latinos in Action helps Latino students succeed academically and develop leadership skills. The program offers mentorship opportunities and community involvement, which are important for students. LIA provides a student system where students feel seen and heard. It creates an environment of belonging, which boosts confidence and motivation. By removing this program, schools risk in increasing dropout rates and missing the opportunity to build future.
Thank you for your comments, sir.
Good evening. My name is Anir Severio. I am an American citizen born in Cuba. I moved here in 2016. It's almost been a decade, and I've never felt more comfortable and included. LIA gave me not just confidence, opportunities, but a home that I felt welcomed in. It has taught me so many things. When we got the news that it would be canceled, I was devastated. I lost my opportunities, including conference in Tampa, among others. LIA has helped me improve my grades and behavior and my ability to learn. I believe this decision was unjust and unfair. This had made me feel more excluded than ever. We come here not to fight or argue. We come here to voice our opinion, feelings, and ask for a reconsideration on this decision. This does not just impact me, but others, in and out of school. Thank you.
Will the following individuals please line up? Anthony Armas, Brianna Vasquez Lesta, Silas Toman, Jane, Sergio Cruz, Carrie Campbell.
Tara Jenner. I request the board immediately revamp the public comment policy in light of the shift to just one monthly meeting. The same amount of business is being conducted as when we had 2 meetings, yet public comment time has not been extended or improved. While allowing comment during briefings and workshops may sound inclusive, those events are held during work days, and which prevents participations from parents, teachers, working citizens, and like tonight, all of these students. Okay? It is truly a problem, because what you could do is prorate the amount per student. If you did that with tonight's group, we'd all have an additional 43 seconds. Makes a big difference. It's also time to enable comment on the district's YouTube channel, which would foster meaningful two-way communication and community engagement. With just 1 meeting a month, the least we can do is ensure that the public has a fair opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Good evening. Today I had to withdraw my student from the Centerville School. Maslow has it right. Safety is required for academic success. Great safety risks exist at this moment because some schools use our children as social media props for self-promotion with little to no upside. Our family was in a confidential witness protection program as victims of violent crimes. Ignoring our requests, expressed non-consents, the principal of Centerville School chose to use the school's public Instagram and Facebook profiles to use my daughter's name, photo, and location 14 times last year. Her safety vulnerabilities were well known amongst the school administration. When the offender who tried to kidnap my daughter and murder us was out of prison, he found the Centerville School's post, a completely avoidable disaster. Our cover and safety was blown. I've been asking the district for accountability for over a year to no end. We're forced to now relocate, change our name, social security number, and assume new identities, all because the Centerville School principal chooses to spend her time creating over 1,500 social media posts as marketing material to try to reverse the Great Wave of Island students' exits. It's not because of traffic, but the principal.
Thank you for your comments, ma'am. Your time is up.
For the record, Mr. Chairman, that was Jane.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Brianna Vasquez. I'm in 8th grade, and I was a part of the former Latinos in Action in Diplomat Middle School. I'm here to talk about the impact that Latinos in Action had on me. Before LIA, I never knew anything about my culture. Being born and raised in the United States with a Cuban family, it was hard for me to learn about that side of myself. I never felt Latina enough, and I didn't feel connected to my culture at all. Every time someone asked me my heritage, I didn't feel comfortable saying that I'm Cuban American because I didn't feel like the Cuban part of me ever existed. Yes, my first language is Spanish, and I speak it at home, but that was never enough for me to feel Latina. In 7th grade, I saw that there was an option for a class called Latinos in Action. I remember feeling nervous to go in because I felt like I wouldn't fit in. It felt like I didn't know enough about myself to join, but my mom encouraged me to join, so I did. As soon as I walked into that class, I felt at home. I felt understood. There were so many kids just like me who wanted to learn about their Latino heritage. I learned so much about my culture, and I finally felt...
Your time is up. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Silas Toman. I was a member of the recently banned Latinos in Action. Some people only hear the name and think that it's for Latino students. If you cannot tell, I am Caucasian. Latino in Action is about leadership, helping our community, and showing pride in who we are. It's about including people, not leaving anyone out. Even if you're not Latino, you can still join. It's a class where everyone can learn and help others and make a difference. The name isn't about dividing people, it's about lifting each other up. It celebrates culture, but it also teaches teamwork, confidence, and kindness. Last year I was terrible. I was always in the office for this, that, and the third. When I got informed that there was a spot open for LIA, I was quick to bother Miss Rosado about it. I'm very thankful she saw the leader and the good in me, and she took a chance. Since then, I have been the best version of myself. Finally, you guys say that we can have a leadership class, but it just can't be called Latinos in Action. But it wouldn't be right for everything the Latino people have fought for, so just let them have this one thing. Thank you.
My name is Anthony Armas. I'm an 8th grader in Diplomat Middle School Latinos in Action class. I'm here today because something really important got taken away, not only from our school, but other schools. It is not fair that we got Latinos in Action taken away because it has Latinos in the name. This class meant a lot to many of us, especially to the ones who are Latino or come from Latino families. It was one of the few places where we could be ourselves and show our culture without getting made fun of. Taking away a class just because it has Latinos in the title feels like our culture doesn't matter or that it is not welcome here. Latinos in Action class is very important and it needs to be available again. This class helps students from many backgrounds to learn about each other and become a family. We always get told school is supposed to help us get ready for the real world. Well, the real world is full of people from different backgrounds and we should be learning about those differences, not ignoring them. This class isn't about dividing people. It is about bringing us together by helping us understand each other. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Sergio Cruz, and I'm here tonight as a parent and advocate and someone who has the privilege of working closely with families with students with disabilities across our district and the state. One of the things I try to do when I speak is to highlight areas we can grow, not just in theory, but how we show up for our most vulnerable students every day. I've made it no secret that I believe a lot of the programs and services for students with disabilities have significant room for improvement, and so I tend to keep my ear to the ground regarding all things ESE. So when I hear certain conversations happening, particularly those touching on therapy services, I pay very close attention. I spent over a decade working with SLPs, OTs, PTs, and ABA therapists, and one thing I've learned is how vital direct, consistent, and in-person relationships are for kids who require those services. So I wanted to touch on a concern of mine during the workshop. I couldn't help but notice the rhetoric, and I've heard this multiple times, where the district is considering using teletherapy services. It was a disaster during the pandemic. There's no real research on it, and I just wanted to give that perspective. And with 1 minute, I don't have too much of it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Carrie Campbell, and I'm a teacher at J. Cullen English. I'm here on behalf of J. Cullen English, and I'm advocating for Mr. Williams. I have at least 40 signatures from other teachers. I'm going to read this. I've been recently been told that Principal Joe Williams has been reassigned a new administration job position for the following school year. This comes as a great disappointment for the entire school. Mr. Williams has been our school principal and our vice principal for 30-plus years. His plan for retiring has always been at the end of year 2026. A year early has many of us in disbelief. We cannot believe it. As you know, JCE was hit pretty hard by the pandemic as many other schools. The staff at J. Cullen has always came together and has made strides as well as accomplishments because we are a team. Last year, we were faced with yet another hurdle when our school was rezoned and more than half our student population was.
Thank you for your comments, ma'am. Your time is up.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes public comment.
I want to thank everyone on behalf of the board for their public comments. They're truly appreciated. Thank you to our teachers and staff Most importantly, I want to point out tonight, thank you to the students for exercising their First Amendment right and coming up to talk to us. It's very brave, so we appreciate you. Right now, we're going to move on to the next item in the meeting, which will be approval of the consent agenda. The documentation for action items listed under consent is made available to board members 7 business days prior to the board meeting. We're expected to review all the material, and we have an opportunity to speak with the superintendent with any questions we may have regarding the recommendations. Some of these items have also been briefed or workshopped with the board in advance of appearing on the action agenda items. Board members, are there any agenda items you wish to pull for discussion under unfinished business table items portion of the agenda? I will start with you, Board Member Duvenelli.
I have none, thank you.
Mr. Ribble.
I have none, thank you.
Ms. Jordan.
I have one F2.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Persons.
I have none.
Mrs. Langford Fleming.
I have none.
And Mrs. Chaviano.
I have none.
And I have none. Is there a motion to approve the agenda's consent action items with the exception of pulled item F2?
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Ribble, seconded by Ms. Langford Fleming. Please record your vote. Motion carries 7-0. Before we get into our next table item, Dr. Savage, please introduce any new administrators in attendance.
Yes, Chairman, it would be my privilege. First, I'd like to recognize Misty Smirnios, who is being recognized today as the new principal for J. Cullen English Elementary. I'd like to recognize Jennifer Laporta, who will be our senior coordinator for financial accounting. I'd like to recognize Shanna Johnston, who will be starting as our Chief Human Resource Officer July 1. I'd also like to recognize Jessica Stafford, who will be the principal at Lehigh Elementary. I'd like to recognize Jennifer Shonak, who will be the principal at Rama C. Page Elementary. I'd like to recognize Jackson Morgan, who will be the principal at San Carlos Park Elementary. I'd like to recognize Joanna Job, who will be at the Mariner Middle Assistant Principal. I'd like to recognize Vincent Lewis, will be recognized as the principal of South Fort Myers High School. I'd like to recognize Lizanne Thomas, who will be the principal at Tortuga Preserve Elementary. I'd like to recognize Christina Morgan, who will be the principal at Trafalgar Middle. I'd also like to recognize Zachary Rust, who will be the assistant principal at Trafalgar Middle. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Savitz. Congratulations to everyone. I will continue to mirror what Board Member Persons said. Please enjoy tonight and show up tomorrow. So. Okay, moving on. Dr. Savage, whenever you're ready, please read your recommendation for pulled item F2 in the agenda.
Yes, Chairman. The recommendation is for the approval of the board member travel expenses to Washington, D.C. to meet with federal legislators to advocate for the School District of Lee County's federal legislative priorities.
Maybe I'll give a quick moment for the boardroom to clear for a moment, if that's all right, board members. We are ready to resume. Dr. Savage, please read your recommendation for pulled item F2. I think you may have it ready. My apologies.
No worries, Chairman. I'm recommending the approval of the board member travel expenses to Washington, D.C. to meet with federal legislators to advocate for the school district of Lee County's federal legislative priorities.
Thank you again, Dr. Savage. Is there a motion to adopt Dr. Savage's recommendation?
I'll move to adopt Dr. Savage's recommendation.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Langford Fleming, second by Mr. Ribble. Board members, are there any discussion? Ms. Jordan.
Thank you. I pulled this item because when I'm looking at it, I received a text saying that I am not able to, from the superintendent, I am unable to attend this trip, so I am asking Mr. Fisher to do this. When I'm looking at the item, it says district staff, which of course you are not district staff, or Mr. Fisher is not district staff. I also am looking at this as well as we just had earlier in our workshop, our lobbyists were speaking and clearly stated that this it's not education, it is with the Department of Homeland Security. In saying that, we are paying them $15,000 a month to be up there to do their job. So why would we then incur more costs for a board member who is not district staff to go to Washington? I have a problem with that. And to boot, I am the legislative person for the board as well.
I do want to make a point of clarification. You are not the legislative person. You're the FSBA under a committee. I'd refer back to the meetings in June of 2023. Thank you, Ms. Jordan. Mr. Persons.
And I believe that when we go up to the federal government like that if you just walk in there with staff only, it doesn't make much of an impression. I mean, I think when we go up there to try to get them to fund these $1 million projects, it's important either to have the superintendent or to have the chair along with some staff. I think it just makes a better impression. And these are for safety and security, as we talked about, and they're very important. So I think it's a very small investment with hopefully a large return to the district, and that helps everybody.
Mr. Ribble.
Yeah, I'd just like to make a parallel to the situation. As you know, I lobbied for a long time with my company, and I spent a lot of hours in D.C. And I can tell you, when we went there to talk to staff, the chief of staff, it wasn't as effective as when we talked to an elected official like a senator or a congressional person. And when I knew that I was going to have an appointment with a senator or a congressman, I would ask our CEO to go. And some of you folks might go through the cobwebs of the old news publications, but it's on my Facebook page. You'll see me sitting there with, at the time, the Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. And guess who was sitting there with me? Oz Nelson. That's the gentleman with the gray hair, the tall, thin gentleman. And we were talking about postal regulation, competing fairly with the post office, having a level playing field, because at the time they were subsidizing the first stamp for parcel delivery, and we couldn't compete with those rates. So to the point with the school district, I think it's important. It makes a statement when we have someone there with authority representing us, like the board chair or the superintendent of schools. So that's my analogy.
Ms. Giovanelli.
Thank you. I agree that we need to have representation, not just staff there. This is a conversation that the board didn't have on who was going, and I know I think I read that the intent was the superintendent was going to go, and you're going in lieu of, right? Is that my understanding, Chairman?
Yes.
So I'm not opposed to it. I think that opportunity it should have had come before the board and had a discussion, but with the limited board meetings, that tonight's the night. So thank you, Ms. Jordan, for bringing that up. But I think also in the past, we have had board members go to DC and they weren't with a lobby firm. Superintendent, through the chair, superintendent, do you know, I know Ms. Patrica went, I know that to DC, I don't know how many times, and I do know that Pam LaRiviere also attended DC. Do we have any other information, or would you know, and through staff maybe?
I'd be happy to research it, Ms. Giovanelli, to find out what trips and so forth. We can certainly research that information and get that back to the board.
Right, but never before have we had anyone go there with our lobbyist, have a lobbyist there to help lobby, nor a government team. So I think it's essential that we have that in place, and so I will support it this evening. Thank you.
Mr. Persons, were you next?
I just wanted to clarify whose budget this is coming out of. I thought I saw where it's coming out of the superintendent's budget. So I'm not sure why we even need to approve this expense.
If I may, you
Yes.
still need to approve the expense because it is a board member that is traveling, and they're traveling outside of the state. So anything over $500 per statute has to be approved by the board.
Thank you for that clarification.
Whose hand was it? Was it you, Ms. Jordan? Go ahead.
I just want clarification with Ms. Patrica. When she went with FSBA, and they paid for her to go as a member of the board of FSBA when she went. And then, again, we have Chief Newland is part of this package that is attending this, who is our Chief of Staff for Safety, Security, and Fleet, which is the appropriate person that would be speaking on the real cause and the need of why we need these funds. So he is already up there with our GR person and our lobbyist. So that is already a package of people that will be attending that meeting, those meetings.
Ms. Chaviano, then Ms. Giovanelli, then Mr. Ribble.
So this trip to DC is our first one going after the federal funds that we're going after for the 15 million, right, for the vestibule and those cases. So the 15 million ask, I compare it to the same trip that we just took in March where we all went. And we had our lobbyists there as well when we were meeting in Tallahassee for our local funds. Again, this request, I understand how Chief Newland is there because it is a security piece. Know that budget is not going under Department of Education, it's going under Homeland Security. I think it's kind of it fits that bill better. Doesn't mean it doesn't fall under education because obviously it's a school requesting those funds. Again, I put it in the same boat of we were all up there with our superintendent, with our lobbyists in Tallahassee. This is the first time we're going to DC and asking for $15 million. I don't see the issue. I support it.
Mr. Ribble, then Ms. Giovanelli, if I got the order right. My apologies if I did not.
No. Okay, let me come at a different angle. As you know, I was a president of the Florida League of Cities for a good number of years, and we used to go up to, quarterly, we'd go up to Washington, D.C., and when we had a hot item that we needed to pull in for the 5 municipalities down here in Lee County, we asked the mayors to go. And we went up there in unison with each and every mayor went, and because we had the chief officer in each one of our municipalities, whether it was Sanibel, Fort Myers Beach, Fort Myers, wherever the case may be, Cape Coral, when we had those mayors with us, it was a different reception. And we had more speaking authority to drive the message home. In this case, this past November, we elected Sam Fisher to be our chairman, our board chair. So I think under that premise, we gave him the authority to represent us, not only here in the dais, but in other situations around the county or the state. And I totally support him leading the authority on this trip.
Yes, Ms. Juvenile.
With all due respect, Ms. Debbie.
Jordan.
To Ms. Jordan. Ms. Patrica went more than once. She went with FSBA, but she also went when she was the legislative liaison. That's why she went. That was one time. And then, I told you, that's why I remembered Pam LaRiere being in in DC, when she was the liaison. So it happened that way, and the board paid for it. And that was before the law where it was voted on like this one board member. This has been new with the law requiring us to vote on it. So, and we didn't vote on it back then. So just for that, I do know, and just in my short time, that they did go. So we've never had real representation in DC, so therefore this is like uncharted territory somewhat, and I do believe we should have representation there from the board, if not the superintendent, as another board member stated. Thank you, Ms. Jordan.
Anything else before we move on to vote? Ms. Jordan?
Well, again, this is written as, and I don't know if I may, through the legal, Mr.
Go ahead.
Bruno, it is written as district staff. Mr. Fisher is not district staff. So this consent item is not written correctly either.
So, Ms. Jordan, just so I
Does that
can make
matter?
sure it's clear, F2, the subject is approval of board member travel to Washington, D.C. with the recommended action of approval of board member travel expenses to Washington, D.C. to meet with federal legislators to advocate.
It says public content, district staff will advocate for the school district of Lee County federal legislative priorities.
Okay, so
Does that need to be changed?
Well, I understand, I understand now what your point is in terms of what is the description, because in public content, it says district staff.
Correct.
But what the board is actually voting on is the approval of a board member, and district staff is going to be traveling. So you have at least 2 district staff members that will be attending, but this is specifically for authorization to be in compliance, and I'm going to give you the law just to make sure it's on the record, of Florida Statute 1001.39, which requires the board to vote whenever a board member is traveling and it's going to cost more than $500. So the recommended action is for the board member to attend with district staff.
Okay. Well, I just felt like I needed to pull this and bring that to light, that we are spending this extra money when we are absolutely paying the $15,000 a month to our lobbyists up there now.
And then,
So I just wanted, that all ties together.
I think, and you raised a good point, Ms. Jordan. I do want to point something else from the actual public content, that it does state that the government relations team will work and coordinate with the school board chair and Chief Newland. So the school board chair is listed in that second portion of that public content.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Anything else before we move on to vote? Okay, thank you for your due diligence, Board Member Jordan. At this point, we're going to have a roll call vote. Please signify by saying aye or nay. We will start with Board Member Juvenile.
Yes.
Mr. Ribble? Aye. Ms. Jordan?
Aye.
Mr. Persons?
Aye.
Mrs. Langford Fleming?
Aye.
Mrs. Chaviano?
Aye.
And I am an aye. Motion carries 7-0. At this point, we're going to move on to the item of public hearings. Whenever you're ready, Dr. Savage, please present your recommendations for this evening's public hearing item.
Thank you, Chairman. I recommend the approval to adopt the annual instructional materials plan for school year 2025-2026, which will include the adoption of K-5 science, SAVIS curriculum, 6 through 8 science, McGraw-Hill, 9 through 12 biology SAVIS curriculum, chemistry, anatomy and physiology, marine science, earth, space, and physical science, McGraw-Hill, physics, Pasco, and forensic science and environmental science, Cengage. The total estimated cost for the current adoption year, which is based on estimated enrollments, is $9,330,121.10. The approval would authorize the superintendent to execute all related documents.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Superintendent. We will now recess the regular school board meeting and open the public hearing. The time is 7:57 p.m. As indicated, the public hearing this evening is considered Dr. Savage's recommendation as previously stated. At this time, the public will be invited to speak on this one item. The time allotted for public comment is 3 minutes. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the board regarding the approval to adopt the annual instructional materials plan for school year 2025-2026, which include the adoption of K-5 Science, SAVIS, 6 to 8 Science, McGraw-Hill, 9 to 12 Biology, SAVIS, Chemistry, Anatomy and Physiology, Marine Science, Earth and Space Science, and Physical Science, McGraw-Hill, Physics, PASCO, and Forensic Science, Environmental Science, Cengage. The total estimated cost for this current adoption year, which is based on estimated enrollments, is $9,330,121.10. Approval authorizes the superintendent to execute all related documents. Is there anyone wishing to comment on said item? I am seeing none. I will now close the public hearing and reconvene the regular school board meeting of May 6, 2025. The time is 7:58 p.m. Dr. Savage, please restate your recommendation for this evening's public hearing item.
Yes, Chairman. They recommend the approval to adopt the annual instructional materials plan for school year 25-26, which will include the adoption of K-5 Science SAVIS, 6 through 8 Science McGraw-Hill, 9 through 12 Biology SAVIS, Chemistry, Anatomy and Physiology, Marine Science, Earth Space, and Physical Science McGraw-Hill, Physics PASCO, and Forensic Science and Environmental Science Cengage. The total estimated cost for the current adoption year, which is based on estimated enrollments, is $9,330,121.10. The approval will authorize the superintendent to execute all related documents.
Thank you, Dr. Savage. You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Board members, is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve the superintendent's item.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved by Board Member Juvenelli, second by Mrs. Chaviano, right? So, okay, board members, is there any discussion? Okay. Seeing none, please record your vote.
Celebration.
Is there a vote count? Motion carries 7-0. Now we're going to move on to item V, good of the order, other business, board member reports. I will start with you, Mrs. Juvenelli.
I'll be quick. First of all, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I just want to acknowledge and recognize all those hardworking teachers, and I appreciate it, that everything that they're doing and that they do. They really hold the future in our hands. So I really hope that every parent and students hug a teacher this week. I want to welcome back Mr. Anthony Call, the bus driver. Good to see you again. And thank you for bringing some things to our attention. I appreciate that. Also, where's my notes? Oh, through the chair to the superintendent. Mariner, the Mirrors of Mariner, if you could give us an update on that.
It's Ida Baker.
Oh, I was Ida Baker. Okay, I didn't. Wrong notes. Thank you.
We'll be happy to provide an update.
Or the lack of mirrors.
Yep,
Yeah.
the inconsistency, I believe they said there was one in the girls versus all the boys still had them, and that one was particularly in a separate stall that had, so we'll certainly give some follow-up on that item.
Yes, thank you. And I just wanted to thank, they're not here now, most of them are gone, the Latinos that, in action groups that came, they came from different schools, so and it takes a lot of guts to come up here and speak on something so passionately, and we saw that tonight. And that's really important. Obviously, the program was pretty successful if you listen to all the children and students speak, because they were I was very impressed over that. Actually, I was amazed by how well they did and how passionate they were. And I want them to know that we, hear them and we see them. And I'm hoping that there's an opportunity for something similar program or leadership class that they'll be able to opportunity to do in their schools. I know that was something that the superintendent's looking into, those other options, but we do have to stay within the law, and we don't want to lose any funding by breaking any laws right now, and that's really key, right, with things that are going on in DC as well as in Tallahassee. And I just want to welcome and congratulate all the new appointments tonight. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to the 2026 school year, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Juvenelli. Mr. Ribble?
Yeah. I just have one quick comment. I made my comments earlier on the committees that I serve. I just wanted to give some recognition to our foundation. They do just a wonderful job partnering with us, providing scholarships for students. We've been to quite a few events here the last 2 weeks. But I just want to share with folks that didn't get a chance to see the Golden Apple Awards. The Gulf Coast News has it on. If you get on their website, they have a YouTube that goes about an hour. In fact, Saturday evening, they broadcast it live at 7 o'clock. And we come back from a dinner group, and we had one of my friends had their TV on, and all of a sudden it came on. Believe it or not, every one of the adults in the room sat down and watched the full hour. They were more than moved. So if you haven't got a chance to see it, you really need to take an hour of your time and visualize what really goes on with the recognition of our teachers here. I think the foundation, again, Marshall Bauer and his whole crew did a great job. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Ribble. Ms. Jordan?
I gave most of mine this afternoon, but I do want to say thank you again to the teachers who are here. I really appreciate them, and of course this week is Teachers Appreciation Week. So thank you for what you all do, and thank you for being here. And then the students, I am so proud of those students coming up here and standing here and being able to speak their truth. And but they have a petition of 200, they stated. I am just, I'm sure their parents are very proud of them, because that was amazing that they did that. And I hope that we do come up with something for our students to do, because I know I've went to many of their events, and it was always outstanding. And the kids presented themselves as they did here tonight at each one of those events, and just learning about how the United States runs, and just trying to create bills and policies. And so it was definitely a great, it was great. It was great for them. It's a rough day today. I just thank you all, and congratulations to all of our upcoming graduates and their families. You've made it. We're almost here. And just everybody have a great evening.
Thank you, Ms. Jordan. Mr. Persons?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to our ROTC program here in the district. A lot of people don't realize that we not only have the largest ROTC program in Florida, but we have the largest in the nation. And they just recently held 2 events. Ms. Jordan and I went to one that was the ROTC Awards and Changing of the Guard, where they got awards for many different things, and then they picked the students, ROTC students pick a new commander. And for the 3rd year in a row, it was a female over all the ROTC students. But the deputy commander for the following year is a male. So there's potential for us guys. But it's really a great program. And then went to another program where they had, the students were honored that have enlisted or are going into ROTC programs in college. Yeah, these are seniors. And we have 130 students in that group, which is amazing. And I'm just so proud of them. So just a great shout out to a great program and to some great students that are going to make awesome future leaders. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Persons. Mrs. Langford Fleming?
Thank you. One of the greatest things, I know that they've probably done it before, but that we've been to in the last month that I enjoyed, I'm not going to list all the places I've been, was the signing day at Hammond Stadium with our JROTC, which I love that we had the signing day. So my challenge to Mr. Matthews next year, if he puts this together, is a flyover. I'd love to see, okay, you're on it. Okay, terrific. It was such a great evening for sure. Congratulations to all of our seniors and to all of the teachers that got them to the place that they're at. Well, they'll be walking across that stage. I'm not going to get emotional, even though I have a senior. I am lucky enough to be able to attend his graduation on his stage. The class of 2025, though, I will tell you, has embraced everything that has been thrown at them between pandemics and hurricanes and political warfare and all kinds of other things, and they have still persevered, and they are not making excuses, and they are still walking across the stage. So I'm excited to attend those graduations. I know that that's one of our highlights up here. I do want to point out that this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. I put out a message earlier, or I know that it will be out this week. I just want to reiterate to please be vigilant to our teachers. If you see a student in distress, if something has changed behaviorally, I know I was in that place at one point in time in the classroom to speak up, let's say something. We have so many resources, and that also goes for our teachers who also need support in any way. We have an amazing staff that's ready and willing to be there for you also. Smile to a stranger, open a door for someone. You have no idea what that will do to someone's day for them, whether that's in school or at a grocery store or whatnot. So, but as a former educator, I couldn't close the evening out without thanking all of our amazing educators. I put something together so I wouldn't string along my words. Your passion and dedication and support for your students goes beyond measure. Every day when you enter the classroom, you're inspiring either a future doctor, an educator, a chemist, electrician, an engineer, and many, many more. The impact you make goes beyond the classroom walls in your daily practice of patience and kindness. And the belief in your students makes a lasting imprint. I want to personally thank you. And in the words of Henry Adams, a teacher affects eternity because you have no idea how long that influence lasts in their life. So thank you so much. That's all I have.
Wait a minute. I heard we had a baseball team.
Oh, y'all are going to let me talk about that?
Just
we have one team left in Lee County in the baseball regional playoffs, and that would be Fort Myers High School. And I am rooting for them. I hope everyone stands behind these guys. They're the last team in the district to stay alive, and they will be playing Braden River on Wednesday night and Thursday night in Bradenton. If they split it, they will end up being back here at home at Fort Myers High on Saturday. So thank you for reminding me of that. It's definitely on my mind. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Langford Fleming. Mrs. Chaviano?
All right. So yes, Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you to all of our teachers. You guys have such an impact. I still remember Mr. Leonard, my fourth grade teacher, who was the best. So you guys are making a huge impact every day. Of course, Mother's Day this weekend, graduation coming up. Waste Pro actually hosted our students from South Fort Myers, I believe today. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. For the welder program, they were on location learning about opportunities there. So it's nice to see our students who may not make that transition into the military or to college kind of see what those opportunities are here in Southwest Florida. So thank you for that. To the students who came and spoke for LIA, kudos, because that takes a lot of guts in the poem. I was beautiful. And again, Cuban American here, second generation, I totally understand and I respect that. And I do hope as a district we do find something that fits that for them, that gives them that opportunity and that leadership in their schools, because I know how much it meant. And my daughter's in 7th grade who goes to Diplomat, and we spoke quite a bit about it over the past couple of days. So there's that. But I had one more thing. Board members, I had sent an email a week and a half ago or so just regarding closing some loopholes related to school threats for things that happened recently. And I was hoping to bring it to the board to add that as a legislative item for next year, if it's something that we can consider. And then also ask our FSBA legislative liaison, Ms. Jordan, if this is something that we can bring forward for the FSBA for their consideration as well. That's all I got.
I mean, it's, it's up to the board, obviously, and
Yeah,
it's something
we
to
can discuss.
consider. I mean, we're still a little ways off from the legislative process for next year, but I'm sure we're always happy to take that in account. I'm sure, our administration obviously would be, can take a look at it, but as I said.
Yes, certainly we'll be able to, participate however we can and support that process, but I think that's just raising the issue. We're well aware of that as well, and just again, thank Member Chaviano for kind of addressing that piece and having that suggestion.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Chaviano. Okay, my turn. I'm going to read the list, sorry. I can take a liberty, I guess. So we're able to get to some schools. Just want to give them some shout outs. Thank you to, I'll be quick, Bonita Springs Elementary, Spring Creek Elementary, Bonita Springs Middle, Bonita Springs High, Lehigh Acres Senior High, Leonard Transportation Compound, I didn't forget about you, Fort Myers High School, Three Oaks Elementary, Pine Woods Elementary, Three Oaks Middle School, Estero High School, San Carlos Park Elementary, Lexington Middle. I also want to thank Councilmember Rachel Kaduk from the city of Cape Coral. She went around with us and our government relations team to Mariner High School, Diplomat Middle, and Hector A. Cafretta Jr. Elementary. I think that was a really good experience, especially seeing as the groundbreaking will be coming up next week. I think that was great to see. Shout out CT Showcase. We had the Excellence in Education Awards last night for the West Zone. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and the Education Committee. I think that went great. Golden Apple Galas we talked about, fantastic experience. I know all of us here definitely enjoyed it. So Military Signing Day. And last thing, Law Week Awards we attended, and a teacher from our district, I'm going to get the name wrong, Michael Pape, maybe, from North Fort Myers Academy of Arts. I don't know if I got the pronunciation right. So congratulations to him. And thank you to Deputy Superintendent Ken Savage for holding the fort down. You did great. Now I will move over then to Attorney Debris Bruno for any comments.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to say that I think I saw lots of lawyers and statesmen and good citizens and activists and community advocates with all of our wonderful students who came up tonight to speak. So congratulations on that. And then on behalf of Legal Services, we have just one statement that we wanted to share to express our appreciation to all of our teachers, your commitment to our students, and perseverance through very challenging times. And we know about those challenging times in legal. Truly uphold the heart of public education what we do today. So we just wanted to express and thank you very much for all your hard work. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Attorney. Dr. Savage?
Yes, Chairman. First off, we just have to acknowledge Dr. Carlin, would send her regards to thank you for allowing me to fill in for her today. And I know that her heart is with us here in Lee County. She's been still in lots of contact with us as well. It was brought to my attention earlier that there were a couple longevity awards. For those who weren't aware, we had a ceremony that was at 5 o'clock today. And there were a couple names that we also wanted to make sure we recognized today during the good of the order, and that is Jennifer Shonak, who is presently the Tortuga Preserve Elementary principal, but tonight through the board action will be the new principal at Ramus C. Page Elementary, but also simultaneously the outgoing principal of Ramus C. Page Elementary, Ms. Valerie Scheckler, who is celebrating 30 years of longevity. Ms. Shonak was 25 years of longevity, so I want to make sure we acknowledge those two. It is, while we have acknowledged Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week this week, and that is significant in all of our schools, we also want to acknowledge that this will be the last board meeting that we have prior to the end of the school year. And so really, while we're celebrating teachers and staff this week, we're really celebrating the entire year of work that has gone into educating our students. And right now, today was one of our days of testing where our students are showing what they know. So all the hard work that our students have put in and our teachers and staff to support that learning process, we're getting those results in today and will be for the rest of this month as they continue to celebrate what they know. So by the next time the board convenes, we'll have closed through all of that year's hard work. So we want to make sure we highlighted that for everyone and thank them, as well as all the students who came today to speak to us, as well as all of our graduates that we'll be recognizing at these upcoming graduation ceremonies, which again will be concluded by the next time the board convenes. So that said, thank you again for having me today.
Thank you, sir. Next scheduled meetings of the board on Tuesday, June 3rd. There'll be a school board workshop at 1 p.m. followed by a school board action meeting at 6 o'clock that night. At this point, having no other business to come before this body and seeing no objection, this meeting is hereby adjourned. The time is 8:17 p.m. Have a good evening.